while since I've seen so much chatter around a film on streaming services that I am like, okay, I have to go and see this film for myself and check it out. And Rebel Ridge is that film this year. I saw so much talk around it that I checked it out for myself. And so today we're going to discuss Rebel Ridge and its appeal as a contemporary Western. We're going to go through a bit of the plot, we're going to go through the features of Westerns, and we're going to talk about why we're in a place culturally, globally, where Westerns have gripped people's attention and imagination. So there's going to be some spoilers, and all of the sources will be linked in the description box below.
Definitely trying to refer to Westerns.
Westerns are defined by this old copy of Encyclopedia Britannica in my house as an original American genre of popular fiction and film whose formulaic content has many resemblances to the heroic literature of older civilizations. The time and locale of the Western are always the same, a mythic West whose great beauty and promise must be defended from evildoers by simple people who derive their dignity from this responsibility. The hero is a classic American hero, a man alone pitted against the wilderness. The wilderness is usually defined as a rude outpost of civilization, but whether this town is called Tombstone or Yuma or Carson City, it is the same town of one broad street where the hero will eventually confront the evildoer in a showdown. Whilst Westerns normally take place in the period from the 1850s to the end of the 19th century, there has been a rise of contemporary Westerns that take place in the present using the motifs of the Westerns of yore, and Rebel Ridge is one such Western. The plot of Rebel Ridge is as follows. Rebel Ridge takes place in the fictional town of Shelby Springs, Louisiana, where a lone hero, the ex-Marine Terry Richmond, is pitted against the Shelby Springs Police Department. Terry Richmond is cycling to town to post bail for his cousin Mike when he is hit by a police car and detained by two cops. These officers seize his money via civil forfeiture, a law enforcement maneuver that allows the government to seize and permanently keep property without an arrest or conviction. Terry tries to recuperate this money, but the courthouse clerk Elliot refuses to help him when another employee, Summer McBride, gives him the rundown on civil asset forfeiture and how the chief gets to keep the proceeds and use it for discretionary funds. Summer McBride agrees to prepare the bail forms just in case Terry can get the money before his cousin is transferred. Terry needs to move fast though, because the reason that he desperately needs to get his cousin out is because his cousin was an informant on a case about a gangster, and the tenseness of Terry trying to keep his cousin alive drives the plot of Rebel Ridge.
We're at an inflection point where people are seeing how far they're willing to go with Chief Sandy Byrne, and Aaron is there now, underneath it all, plotting his way out.
As viewers, we watch him as he calculates and plans. As Bilge Ebbery states in his review for Vulture, the unique spin of Rebel Ridge is that our hero's special set of skills have mostly to do with disarming and disabling attackers. It would be a comical stretch to call him a man of peace, but he's always looking to defuse the situation, which creates an enjoyably unbearable tension between what he's being put through and what he's willing to do about it. We know this guy is going to explode at some point, and that none of this is going to end well for anybody. And that's what makes Rebel Ridge such a phenomenal contemporary Western. The viewer is taut with tension as they bear witness to the systemic violence and anticipate an incoming showdown. The viewer is waiting and watching as Terry Richmond desperately avoids engaging in physical violence as his options dwindle. And when his cousin is found dead after Terry did everything he could to avoid this outcome and keep his cousin alive, havoc ensues and culminates in this huge, extensively choreographed battle.
of us were like feeling this 100 degrees plus heat. And I think that just creates this like unparalleled camaraderie.
Yeah.
From various cowboy core trends to the rise of country music, as well as the general rise of Americana imagery post-lockdowns, it is unsurprising that Westerns have made a return to people's screens. But what is the appeal? And what does this have to do with Rebel Ridge? In Men's Health, Jordan Calhoun writes, "The modern Western is evolving from a gunslinging flick into a political drama. Although the characters on Yellowstone carry guns, they're not shooting them as frequently or as mercilessly as John Wayne did. It's a tamer, more family-centric Western, and for that reason, the Western verse may have tapped into early pandemic escapism. Yet that escapism isn't free of stress or rough edges. It's to a place that reflects our own modern sensibilities. We all strive to find meaning in hard work. We have all leaned into tribal us versus them thinking. To belong in the West means having a meaningful appreciation for what makes it beautiful enough to live in and defend." And I think that is largely what has drawn audiences to Rebel Ridge. Rebel Ridge is an evolution of the key element of the Westerns, a rebel with a cause. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on Rebel Ridge. My next Substack newsletter post is about the philosophy of space westerns and space operas, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!